Welcome to Clause 8. You're watching a short clip from one of our full episodes, featuring real conversations with the leaders shaping IP.
My biggest advice is to not be afraid to ask questions to people in your network or outside your network that you value, that you think you could learn from, right? And being humble to know that you don't know everything and there are a lot of things you don't know. And the legal career in IP is really fascinating and drives me every day, right? Because there's so many aspects to it. It's not just about the legal work, it's about the technology, it's about the business. So recognizing when you don't know something and trying to reach out opportunities that will allow you to bridge that gap, right? And really not being afraid of taking risks. There are times in your career where you have that gut feeling of waking up every day and doing the same thing over and over and over, right? And I think it was Steve Jobs who said it in his famous speech that he gave at a Stanford commencement. If you wake up too many days, and I may be saying it wrong, but you can all look it up, right? And you have that feeling that you are not happy, or you're not doing something that has that impact and that gives you that joy and satisfaction. That's when you do that gut check and say, hey, I need to be searching for something else, and I need to be, really reaching out to people. And that's where mentorship is so important. And I think both Ceyda and I benefited from wonderful mentors and wonderful leaders at HP and across our careers, right? That really were there at different points in our careers to give us that advice, and sometimes that advice is a conversation that you have in a hallway. I remember one attorney at Cooley that gave me an advice in walking in the hallway, and that stuck with me forever, right? So
What was the advice?
the advice was, don't be afraid, be confident and go for it. You are smart, you can do it. And I've gotten that advice over time, right? And I think for women, it's something that we need because we are in a much more male represented field, and sometimes we feel alone and we bring so much to the table, right? But sometimes, when you are in a room and they're all men and you're kind of like become a little shy and you don't know how to be as assertive as you can be. And if you are too assertive, it goes the wrong way. So it's always navigating that. And the mentorship that you get and the advice that you can seek out is crucial, right? Sometimes it's great advice, sometimes it's bad advice, but you learn along the way. The more you are further along in your career, you learn how to discern the good versus the bad, and you build up. And we learn from failures, right? I had many failures in the past, and I think every failure taught me something.